Greetings and salutations, gamers. This is Siltalon coming to you live on 9/13/2022. We're going to be playing some Everquest. We're going to be going into Frostcrypt 2 and to be announced for whatever else we're going to do. We're going to probably hit Oblivion and something else if we have time. With that being said, I want to thank our friends in the Filthy Casuals and for conducting this raid, and I'll be your host this evening, Siltalon. Sit back, relax, and enjoy, and we'll have some fun raiding Frostcrypt 2. Anyhow, I'm just finishing up the last of what I'm doing for getting raid set up for my side, getting my Pharaoh settings done so that people are going to get the buffs that I can provide. Alright. That should be it almost. Surprised Shloza didn't give me a tell. Alright, that looks good. And as you can see, I got the quest for Vanessa's Wildcry Tunic. I haven't gotten a power source yet. I camped this weekend at the in Ashengate West Side, first boss area that has two bosses there, the golems. I got 8 power sources for cloth, 4 for plate, and 2 for chain, and 0 for leather. So I was kind of like, there we go. Alright, looks like everything is set. We're about to start this raid here. We're getting the last buffs out. We'll be going down and talking to the guy very shortly. I'm looking forward to this. Looks like I'll need 2. Oops. Getting the last of my buffs for my water. Oh, I got that stupid blessing. Oh well. That's fine on the pet. Paralist is out. We got 4 Beastlords. Dang. Slight change on para order. All right, there we go. All right, looks like my pet got everything that it needs. We're just about ready to start this party. And looking forward to it, too. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to kill that off and cast this. Put in the second slot. Then we're going to take that off since we have DMF. Recast this because it gives me extra stats on resistances, even though I may or may not need it. I just want to make sure I have it as a dispellable slot. And that looks like pretty much everything I need. Hasgrin owes me a hoagie. Didn't work. Am I in this? I said Hasgrin's golden shower stories. That's so terrible. is is Janya in the raid? What happened? That's epic. I bet she won. Is a baby shark now. That's great. Now that's an epic beatdown. Okay, we're starting polls. There's also the animal organization called ATEP, Animals Eating Tasty People. We're talking about PETA, by the way. That's funny. We miss Janya. Hopefully they come back. So right now what's happening is monks are pulling the mobs up to the entrance where we can kill them all. This way we don't have to run down and aggro everything in our path. We're just making a pathway through all the stuff to get to the bosses and names we need to kill. Makes it a lot easier running from place to place compared to just acting like idiots and running around with our heads cut off. God, I hate spelling this name. There we go. So this takes about 10 minutes to clear, because what we're doing is we're clearing here and a few other places along the way. Mainly around the movable crypt, so we can go down and play with the guy that loves to corruption debuff the hell out of us. Yay! And all his little buddies. So we're now heading to the statue and down the ramp, where we'll pull all the fun little annoyances. I don't like this event at all. I hate it. It is so dumb. Here, let's put enough crotch rot on everybody to force them to med before they even touch the boss. And cower in fear from all the nasty stuff we can do to them. Yay! Mm. I'm not going to get anywhere close to these mobs until the boss. Just keep my Pharaoh buff on my targets and keep my pet up, and that's about it for this part of the fight. To avoid losing too much mana from the crotch rot. I mean the mana drain stuff, which is a lot of it. Some of it's cursed, some of it's poison. It sucks. That's why I hate this fight. Beastlords don't have grow. What are you talking about? We got more trash on the way. You only want one of these. Oh, this is not the gargoyle ones. These ones do cast annoying stuff. Just kind of keep an eye on people. Oh, I got hit by it. Damn. Didn't get it fast enough. Took up almost half my mana. Jesus. Hello, MechWarrior. How's it going? or, or it could be Secret Agent Sprim. Locust. Are you gonna make sure his when he's running his locusts and run, it sounds like a locust's? Why does your locust sound like a locust as it runs? Yeah, hit with a dice dot. And some type of poison dot. Fun. Oh yeah, the blind and steals mana, torrent of venom. When this goes off, it takes off, blinds you, and steals mana. That sucks. That's pretty nice. Hopefully it'll be a fun pilot for you. You'll probably get blinded because of the torrent of venom. Oh! Ow. So the torrent of Frostdoom and Venom, when it finishes its first cycle rotation, it steals mana from you. And then does it again when it finishes up. That's gay. That is really gay. So, 2 corruption spells over 70 80% of my mana gone. And how much mana do I have? About 26, 16,000 in reserve? Wow. So, what's this campaign on about? Is it going to last longer than a few sessions? Yep, that's always true. Makes them want to return. Might as well use that while I still can. Oof. All of them reduce your mana after their time fades out. That sucks. Okay. We're meting to full before the boss.
Hello.
So right now we're waiting for everything to go through on the meting. It's going to take a little bit. We have 3 minutes and 45 seconds before we get OCC regen. Ooh, a Grand Dragon mech. Nice. So the trick of this fight is this. We'll have melee on the boss and all ranged on the gremlins. Killing the gremlins down as quickly as possible will help kill the boss much faster. The melee on the boss will help reduce the boss's health quicker, so we can actually eliminate the boss much faster. This way we don't have melee trying to chase gremlins all over the place for no reason and waste DPS. There will be deaths. That I'll say. There will be deaths. So this is one of those fights that are a pain in the butt because a lot of things can happen. Actually, you might think it'll be on a planet where they're storing it in a facility area, but no. The best option to hijack a mech from out under a massive amount of security is while in transit. And the best place to do it on is on the jump ship by getting onto the jump ship and assaulting it and turning its jump engines offline before it jumps or after it jumps and forces it to make an emergency stop somewhere randomly. And while they battle it out, they overtake the jump ship crew to, stop them from doing anything else while stealing the mech. That's the weakest point of any defense because they can't really put anything down other than what they can bring aboard with leopards or whatever ship they're hauling it around in. And a fight on a jump ship is literally fighting in a city, but they got to be more careful. Here's an idea for dealing with the base crew. For instance, usually bases like what you're talking about usually has a power generation system in order to keep certain things running off base and minimal on base. But the main majority of their power systems would be coming from a secured facility nearby where they can go assist it if it ever comes under attack. Now, what if you gave them the options, like the one you have for disguise? What if the third option is have one of the pilots assault a key installation nearby in the base area where they can immediately go reinforce it, and or two players, and lure the majority of the mechs away from the base to go help that facility because they're just basically blasting every building and everything out of existence. You know what I mean? So if they make enough ruckus and enough fuss, then they draw even more forces. Although at the same time they slightly so all they have to do is draw enough forces away from a base, survive getting away for the distraction force. So all they're supposed to do is just, you know, piss them off enough to get them come out, see what's going on, probably engage them for a short time to make it look like it's a real threat, and draw even more forces, leaving a small skeleton crew behind at the base. Then they could literally drop right into the base itself and just go nuts. Do you expect them to actually act like a transport crew to do that? And then they would have to have forged information supporting the fact that they are there in the military computers. So it's going to take quite a bit of hacking work for that to work out. And they would have to be pretty timely. Otherwise, if they're late arriving and doing what they need to do, it's going to be disastrous. True, but don't make it too easy. I mean, the disguise work is just too easy. That'd make it too easy, you know. You should let the players come up with the idea for disguising, you know. That one. You can give them two options, like planned plan two options. We can go this, or if you can think of something better, we can probably go that way if it has some consideration. True, but the distraction, if they put off a good enough show for that, how much of those meth heads are going to eagerly run out to that battle? Yeah, option one would be stupid to try to take them head on. Right. So all that would probably be remaining back at base is an assault mech, and maybe two lights, and that's it. Or assault mech and a medium. Yeah, they're so bored they want to fight, but the players don't know that unless they were listening into comms, you know, patched into their comms and listening discreetly, hearing some of the pilots talk or people saying they're so bored, there's nothing going out here. Man, I'm itching for a fight. Then they can get the idea that maybe the distraction would work. All right, let's see what we got here in loot. This is what's being bidded on. We had a few glowy runes going out. One, two, three. That'd be interesting. So, if you're going to do an Ocean 11's crew job, you're going to probably have to deal with probably no actual battle mechs, but more of elemental suits or exoskeleton suits, depending on what they can get their hands on. That would be like their mech combat capability right there. So it's more on foot combat or no armored suits at all. Because, I mean, that would be probably the lightest you can go that they can get away with taking ground transports without riling up massive mechs. unless they hop into some massive mechs themselves and start going to town. Have them steal the mechs to fight their way out. That'll be fun. You know, with the distraction idea, it's the Grand Dragon. It's considered to be um, racial because it thinks it's religious. Yeah, because someone had it wrongly targeted. That sucked. Accidentally had my water attack the wrong target because the person who had main assist had the wrong targeted target. Oh well, not much I can do about that. Now with the now to expand on say the diversion, if if they're gonna go the diversion route, and if they're smart enough, they can also set up mech mines or anti-mech explosives in the road that they'll most likely take going to uh, to assist this the whatever facility they're going to be faking that they're attacking, and just slow the forces down, doing more damage to the mechs, or even hiding weapons like disposable weapon platforms in the wooded areas in the area, so that they trigger off of how do you put it, tripwire and stuff like that. So they would spend a day just basically secretly setting up booby traps along the way to where they plan on doing the distraction at, so that they can do damage to the crazy heads coming after them. And also, it'd probably give the team that returned the dragon more kudos for doing damage to the enemy that held their Grand Dragon. In retrieving it, too. That'll be interesting. They could get a bonus without even knowing it. Because they're going to find out who who took the Grand Dragon. Yep. So, what do you think about having the traps along the main road that they're going to most likely take to the facility to defend it? And they're in a rush to go aid it because they want itching for combat. They're not going to be really well aware of potential traps. That'll disable a few mechs easily. Maybe even destroy one or two. Or heavily damage a good number of them. Okay. So this is what we got. Back flag, two of those. Boot mold, and a skullcap mode. I'm going to keep an eye on the skullcap mode, because I need that. Alright, no problem. Okay, we're leaving the room. Now the question is, are going to land out? Oh yeah, you're not back yet. Oops, I forgot to watch. Let's see, skullcap up at 22. No, I won't go for it. Boot mold for 2 points. I already got the boot mold. Or no, not the boot mold. Do I? Yeah, I got the boot mold. It's the bracer and helm that I need now. Got 3 really good ideas for how they can get it hit the base with the. Can't wait to tell you when you get back. I love games where you get to choose how you assault bases and stuff like that. What preparations you make, what you do. This is the giant one where we get lots and lots of giants. More giants, more giants, and more giants. Run, Alamar, run! I'm moving out of the way of that garbage. Alright, let's see. Let's find him on the list. There he is. Once he gets about 70%, we're going to do our big burns. We got more ads coming in at 70, which is very shortly, 4%. Here they are. Very angry giants. MBG's going off. Used all my cooldowns. I'm on full burn mode. Okay, my dot's just about done. Got Mez break in 30 seconds. Oh, so many giants. Giants and giants and more giants. We got all the giants. Roar of Thunder so I don't die. Boss. There we go. He is down. Hey, Bard, there's your loot. That looks like a pretty decent loot. A monk only item. Nice. For monks. So we got a bracer mold. And we got a skull cap mode. Really need the skull cap. So let's see. Bracer mold for 9, skull cap for 21. No, no, I'm gonna hold off on that. I still got the boot mold to get stuff for. But the skull cap is definitely a big upgrade for me. If I can ever get it. But first I gotta get 1, 2, 3, 4 power sources to finish up. So I got a lot of work ahead of me. Oh yeah, tonight I'm starting the DKP stuff with, let me find this out. With 57 DKP. So I gotta be careful of what I use. Okay, the main room is set out by the west door. Oh, that's gonna be rough on you. Well, anyways, I was thinking of how the base. So let's say they go the distraction route. They set up the traps along the main route, heading to the where they're making their assault to do some damage to the force that's trying to defend that area. Because of the fact that it's a critical area and they don't want to lose the power systems or whatnot for the base. But the goal of the distraction force is to make it look like it's a big force attacking and make it look like they're out to destroy entirely the whole thing. But it's just a facade. It's just long enough to engage them to the point where they are starting to get their full force into the fight, but escaping before that happens. You know what I mean? Just enough to convince them there's a large force there. But here's where the real trick comes in. They have three options, if they think about it, to get into the base. First of all, they can land outside the base area, far enough away that the defenses of the base cannot hit them as they, deploy from their Leopard. So their Leopard is safe and it can stay out, away on the other side of the base. So it takes longer for the defenders to come back and go after the Leopard
Run
or them,
away!
and they have their way to get out. Two, they could directly force land in the base by setting up um, missile barrage systems in the area to help keep the anti-air stuff busy while they make the force landing, and then take out the communication center and the defenses real quick while inside the base. Or three, they can uh, set up the timing of their attack to coincide with a shipment that comes in. So they do the distraction, the shipment's coming in within a short time, like within minutes of with them already deployed out and going to defend. So the shipment makes the pass, the regulations, and all that, and what is in the shipment is actually the mech force that's there to take the Grand Dragon. And so they come out of the transport shuttle, guns blazing, taking out the communication center first, and then dealing with the emplacements that can't really, deal with them inside the base, and taking out the anti-air system that they have. While that's going on, one person goes to the bay where the Grand Dragon is, gets that opened up, and then clears out the people inside there to get at the mech. So it'll take 10 minutes at most for them to, do all that if they do it right. And they can get the Grand Dragon into the transport and have the transport leave as if it normally touched down, deployed its stuff, and left. You know what I mean? Because no one's on the communication system. It's destroyed. They would think it's a scheduled transport that came and did its delivery and left on time. Because it only takes about 10 minutes to unload the transports usually. So if any were coming back, they'd see the transport. It has the correct identification codes and everything, and it's leaving. And they don't know what's going on at the base because there's no communication, but it's a valid transport leaving with proper codes. And if they hail it, they go, "We made our delivery when it grounded for." They can make the excuse that they finished their delivery but had to leave because there's an assault going on the base. Because they're non-combatants. You know what I mean? Gives a lot of options to which way they want to go. A lot of fun times. I think the safest way would be coinciding with a transport drop of materials to make their assault. Just the what do you call it? The decoy. So like 5 minutes before the transport is supposed to arrive, they do the decoy mission all those mechs are leaving the base, and as within like 3 minutes after they've left, there's already a transport coming in that's queued to come in on radar and all that with the correct clarification codes and all that. And at that time, as transport is starting to make its approach, the combat force heading to the disruption area is now hitting the traps, getting some mechs disabled, damaged, whatever, depending on how good the traps are. Uh, by the time the transport lands, they would be already the first two fastest groups of mechs that are going out there to fight would be starting to engage the two distractors for a little bit. And as the heavies and assaults start getting within range, then the two distractors tear off and leave. Know what I mean? And that's when the assault's taking place at the base with the mechs inside the transport coming out and blasting the comm center right away. Then hitting the gun emplacements and AA system emplacement to make it easier to leave. And while one or two guys are probably, at the hangars getting the doors open to steal the mech. When the assault force and all those realize that they were kind of distracted and they start making their way back, they then the fastest mechs, which is the lights, would be the first to get back to base as the transport is taking off with the proper codes and all that, and they're checking it literally to make sure it's a transport that's supposed to be there or not. You know what I mean? And they hail the transport and ask what's going on, and they say, "Well, the base is under attack. We were told to get the heck out of, drop our stuff and get the heck out of there." They didn't want the valuable transport to be destroyed. And they can see the smoke coming from the base and everything, and the fires. And what's going on is there is all the weapon systems that could have stopped the transport are down. The communication center is blown to bits, and the mech bay is cleared out of whatever was in there. And the fast mechs now and the medium mechs are now going into the base trying to find the enemy. And they realize they've been had. It's good hearing. That's a great way of dealing with it. The complete timeline, and it'd be kind of funny. Now, if they were to directly, assault the base either by plan one or two, there's a chance that the comm center would be able to get off a distress about the base being hit, which means by the time they actually break the base defenses, they're now dealing with how many whatever lights return to the base. So they got lights that they're fighting off while stealing the mech and getting it to the leopard, wherever it's located. If the leopard is located off-site, then they have to take that mech and get it to where it's supposed to go off-site. While potentially under fire, they might just deal with the attackers and then go after the Grand Dragon, because Grand Dragon is actually literally unarmed. So all it has is its fists. So they don't consider it as a combatant. It'll be easier to capture after they deal with the thieves. That's the thing. The Grand Dragon has no weapons. So whoever's piloting that, it's a cannonball run to wherever you're going. Uh, so then they had to trudge that all the way out to the Leopard while under assault by the lights that are trying to take out the thieves and then recover the Grand Dragon. If it's in the base, they'll definitely target the leopard in there to prevent them from anyone from leaving, because that's a clear, obvious sign. Hey, they're trying to get away, which means these would have to defend the leopard. So there's different levels of what if. Does that kind of help out with the planning of the 3 scenarios for distraction and optional ideas to improve their odds? Because if they set up traps, if they set up the traps on the roads like the mech mines and stuff like that, you can calculate how much damage it would do to the force that's going up if it's just mines easily. But if they also add in like specialty tripwire, not explosives, but like weapon platforms that'll just unload everything into an area is for whatever amount of ammunition it has, and it's well hidden, then that could even do more damage, you know what I mean? But it takes extra time. So they could take anywhere from 1 day to 4 days to set everything up. The longer that they take it set up, the more dangerous the ambush weapons are. Most people don't drink. You should know that. Unless you know they're drinkers. Best thing to do if you want to kind of check them out is just invite them over and do some type of activity and have fun. See how they react with everybody else. Wow. Test your luck with the one-armed bandit. Get yourself a slot machine. You have 1 hour to get all sevens. Go. See how lucky you are with the one-armed bandit. Back when I was younger, I used to design Dungeons and Dragons modules for the fun of it. Drinking an Atlas and surviving. or having a shot of your famous napalm. Have a dessert. Now, how big of a dessert are you gonna make? Like really massive cake? Here, eat this like 7-layer triple deckered cake that has 3 levels in one sitting. At least half of it, not passing out. What are you gonna put sleeping agent in the food to see how long that they can stay awake too? Just be really mean. Yeah, that would probably be the best option. Here, eat this dessert that I made and try not to pass out. Have them both sit down and eat the cut the dessert in half and give them each of their halves and a gallon of milk. And then joke around. Although I'm not sure which has lactose, the milk or the cake. I forgot. Just kidding. That would be so mean. Lactose in the milk or the cake. Oh, barbecue test. Okay, you're gonna cook them as barbecue. I know, I know. But we all have a cannibal inside. Oh, that's terrible. Let's see here. Oh, wow. Nice. Nice comeback. Maybe you. That would do. A food eating contest, who can eat longer than you, or at least tie. All right, everybody. I got this stockpile of ribs, these waffle fries, and some mushrooms. And this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna ferret out who's gonna be in the next MechWarrior RPG game I'm running. Those that can out eat me or equal me are in. Those that tap out are out. I think the food eating contest would be better. Tell them you better come hungry. You're always hungry. If I was really hungry, I'd probably have a chance. But lately, I haven't been eating too big because I haven't been eating much at all, so my stomach's a little small. Back in the day, I could eat a monster burger along with a side of fries that came with it and several drinks because it was such a huge hamburger. The monster burger was the size of a normal plate, by the way, and about this thick, about 5 inches thick. No, 4 inches thick. A patty, all the other items that go with it to make a hamburger. Plate-sized hamburger, complete with everything. Yay, maze fun. Depends on how big it is. I love sweets. Not that thick. How big? In circumference. If it's circular or square. I can eat a half a pumpkin pie easily. I can eat a whole pumpkin pie in one sitting if I wanted to. But then I'd feel really gorged. It's open now. Okay. So basically, this is the golem fight. Uh, each each golems have to get hit by a specific spell in order to not spell but element to make an ice melt. The ice melt has to be hit by a specific element to turn into a reforged. Once the reforged is up, we kill it and it does damage to the golem that made it. And we focus on one golem at a time till they're all dead. Rinse, repeat, the usual stuff, and wham bam, it's done. A very quick and easy fight. Actually, it's kind of a long fight. And then after we kill the golems, we'll immediately be engaged by the final boss, in which we have to get a debuff spell from him to even do damage to him. It's a fun little fight. It is a big cave. So about a foot in diameter. Wow. That is a big cake. 6 inches worth of cake, 5 inches thick. So 6 inch circumference, 5 inch thick. That would be a stretch for me. Definitely. When I was younger, I could eat that, even the big cake. I mean, that's the time when I could eat a monster burger about this big and that thick in one sitting. Took me 45 minutes. Didn't eat for 3 days. When I looked at food, I was so sick. I almost threw up looking at any food for the next 3 days. Oh yeah, with your smithing and all the stuff you do, you get a big appetite. That's kind of like working on the farm. Now, if you had people that were farm hands, I bet they would handle that with no problem. Those people eat massively. I, I all I can say is, dang. All right, here we go. So all we're doing is reforged golems, killing those as DPS in any other class. Rangers are using the spells necessary uh, to pop these guys correctly and quickly. I'm just sending my pet in. So first column is down to 80% so far. We're doing good. Yeah, I don't waste my mana with Paragon on this fight. Main reason is I'm going to need it for healing and also for mainly healing and debuffing in the next fight. I'll start up the Paragon around that point. But this part of it doesn't need it yet. Because the next part we have golem summons and all that. And then I start get that going again. Yeah, my appetite has decreased quite a bit. I kind of don't have much money on average to have extravagant meals. Been eating Hamburger Helper and pasta for quite some time. It's getting old, but I want better food. But I just don't have the money flow to do that yet because of a lot of circumstances. All right, first MBG coming out. Got the golem down 20%. Oh, I can. It's just two of the people that I cook for just won't eat it, so it goes to waste. They're very fussy eaters. Canned goods cost more than what we're paying for right now in bulk. Believe it or not. I pay what an average of $4 to $5 for meat for a night. Actually $5 a night minimum right now, plus the $1.50 for the Essentials Hamburger Helper, which is the store brand, plus $1 for each of the sides, which are two sides for three people a night. So for $8.50 a night, I feed three people. Now, if I were to get canned goods, it's an average
DA on
of
win ladder.
$1.50 to $3 a can, depending on what you buy.
DA on Zobek.
So I can get anywhere from 5.5 cans to 3 cans of veggies, canned goods. It's usually an average of 3 to 4. So that'll only feed two people. What I pay for each month is basically the food, which is anywhere from $30 every 2 days to $60, depending on what I get and what is needed to buy, such as toilet paper, stuff like that, increases the price more. But for the straight up food, it's around $35 average for the 2 nights of eating, and including the supplements needed to make the food. Then buying lunch stuff adds a little extra.
Chillamas group buff used. Chillamas group buff used.
Chilla just did. Updating. No worries, I updated it. That's fine. If you're called out over, that's fine. I'll update it as we go. Yes, you do. Scribs and Jumbo. So on average, I spend about 150 to 200 in food every week. So between $600 to $800 a month, plus all the bills that I have to take care of as well, and agreements. It's been extremely hard on my finances. Okay, let's get Pharaoh out going. There, on hate list. Sorry. Still waiting for the boss to give somebody his debuff. Ouch.
Screbs mass group buff used. Screbs mass group buff used.
All right, one person has gotten the shadows. All right, I'm still on. Good. So 2 people have it. And this is going slow. I don't know what they did, but they slowed down the number of consumed by shadows he passes out. Makes this a slow fight. So bone juice can go, so that's 3.
DA on Gobers.
Jumbo, last Paragon. Sweet, I can attack now.
Jumbo mass group buff used. Jumbo mass group buff used.
Yay, more people can attack. is it? Ah, there it is. All right, Mech Warrior, take care and have a good night.
Gober's mass group buff used. Gober's mass group buff used.
It's it's in the songs window. It looks like a creeping sludge.
Golem ads coming. Golem ads coming. Janine mass group buff used. Janine mass group buff used. Step on platforms. Step on platforms. Step on platforms. Step on platforms. Golem ads coming. Golem ads coming. DA on Gobers. Golem ads coming. Golem ads coming. Step on platforms. Step on platforms. Step on platforms. Step on platforms. DA on Janine. Golem ads coming. Golem ads coming. Proluthian mass group buff used. Proluthian mass group buff used. Key per mass group buff used. Key per mass group buff used. Step on platforms. Step on platforms. Step on platforms. Step on platforms.
Frozen takes forever to beat down. That is true.
Golem ads coming. Golem ads coming.
And 2 leggings.
Gedge mass group buff used.
It's all the
Gedge
items.
mass group buff used. Sinadara mass group buff used. Sinadara mass group buff used.
Man, that was that was interesting. I'm gonna go OCC regen here in a little bit. We're heading to Ashengate next. We're gonna take out Denless Army and Shade of Elden.
Trillin mass group buff used. Trillin mass group buff used.
Hopefully I'll have enough DKP for the face mask if it does drop.
Space mammal mass group buff used. Space mammal mass group buff used. Review mass group buff used. Review mass group buff used.
Okay, we're starting to get ported out to our next locations. All right, Ironwind Cliffs, here we come. Ashgate, Denless Army, nice. Another chance at that face mask. The only thing that I'm having trouble with is whether or not I have enough DKB to win it. That's like a really big upgrade I really need for my character right now. I'm moving as fast as Bard almost, but I don't have the Bard song on. Hey, all we're doing is waiting for that lava door to open up. Okay, we're getting this started.
FD fail.
Where is it? There. Took a little bit. Okay. Alright, looks like I got one spot for Pharaoh. Okay, here they come. This is wave 2. Basically, in wave 2, we go after the assassins first, then the enforcers, then the, I believe, true shot and flame traders. Wave 3, it's assassins, then the enforcers, true shot, flame traders. Dylan's army is the second location where you can get your cleave 7. So that's the piece that I need really bad for my set gear, because of the fact that's the one last combat item that I don't have that I need. That increases my ability to crit higher and more often. Go after the Drakes. After Drakes are all dead, we're going to go back and help kill off the Menders. Yeah, it's going to be a kind of a slow fight. These are the ones casting the melee slow. It's like one strike every 30 seconds. Not enough time. This is our last phase of Army of Denlith. This will take a few minutes. Got to go through 28 NPCs plus a lot of drakes. North Ashton Gate is always, I think, the funnest out of all of it. I just wish we had more bosses in here to get more loot. Make it into a real loot pinata.
FD fail.
I think that's all the assassins. No, this is the last one. It's 4 assassins, so it's the last one right here. Then it's the
FD
enforcer
fail.
we need to take care of because they cause the silence. Oh, cat's attacking.
FD fail.
As you can see, the cattail. Take it home as a pet.
FD fail. FD fail. FD fail.
Cat's looking at me like, you're going to play with me, and you're going to play with me now. I'm like, I can't. He's just kind of back turned to me, looking over his shoulder, like, come on, play with me.
FD fail. FD fail.
He's intentionally walking in front of my screen.
FD fail.
You little monster. You little monster. Oh, no, not. You gonna walk in front of my screen again? Jeez. You're so nice. Evil little monster.
FD fail. FD fail. FD
Woo,
fail.
an AA. Am I up to 7 now? Let's see. Plains, Omens of War. Need 2 more to finish up the last AA I can buy on my listing. I've actually paid for every AA, I believe, that I could possibly get my hands on this character.
FD fail. FD fail.
I just laying on my hand mouse. Jeez. He's looking at me like, yeah. Come on. You know you want to play. Are we going on that long? So we're heading over to kill the drakes next, while they're finishing up the stuff that needs to be hit with ranged. Okay, that's about it. Then we'll go help with the menders. You want to know what's really hard? Working in hot weather, long hours, and then only getting 15 minutes to collect yourself and streaming for another 4. It's like you're doing a 13-hour, 11-hour shift all at once. Ah. Taking out ads. All right, let's see what we got. go. Looks like, yep. Yay, bar cloak. I wanted the face mask, boot mold, and bracer mold. Be careful, kitty. There we go. Although it's a shame I have not seen the Visor yet. Well, it gives me time to save up more for it. I wish I had a Cleavog, at least. All right, now we're going to do the shade. Shade's a pain in the butt. Basically, is rooted in the center, and then there's a bunch of happy little shade people that walk around and do different things to us. Here we go.
Tussle mass group buff used. Tussle mass group buff used. Fire Tamer mass group buff used. Fire Tamer mass group buff used.
2 minutes for my mass group buff. As if that fight lasts that long. Pet's doing good. I'll have an MBG going out in a minute. Paragon went out.
Lyria mass group buff used. Lyria mass group buff used. Ida's mass group buff used. Ida's mass group buff used. Cimadiene mass group buff used. Cimadiene mass group buff used. Crevice mass group buff used. Crevice mass group buff used.
That's so well hidden. All right, let's see what we got. It'll be nice to get. Oh, I already have it. And this is the Santa one. Nice. And then we're going to hit Oblivion next here in a bit. So we're going to hit Oblivion, and that'll be it for tonight. We're just getting some OCC meditation and summon outs. Quite a good night, too. Shame that the Visor didn't drop. I was hoping for that. Looks like we had to pop pick. Yeah, I hate that. Mm. All right, almost Cinder Rock. All right, there we go. Most of us are now in Cinder Rock. It should be popping a pick soon, and that's all we're waiting for. Hey, Mistwalker's up if we want to kill him real quick. It's right in front of us, that zone. I have no idea. Let's just kill him. It says it takes an army to defeat him. Small army. I can check his loot table. Hold on. Oh, darn, pick went up. I was just about to check out Mistwalker's loot. Do it while I run, though. I'm in the middle of looking up Mistwalker. Let's see. Looks like he drops 1.5 raid loot. Around time level. Let's see here. Yeah, it's really not worth hitting. Yeah, Mistwalker's not even worth hitting. Two coifs. Gloves. And the item for the charm. Adorable. Alright, so that looks like it for the evening. I want to thank everybody for them taking the time to watch us play this evening. seeing the Filthy Casuals doing some raiding, and your host here, Siltalon, along with them. It's been a lot of fun entertaining you all. If you like what you see, please do hit that follow button. If you want to help with the stream, feel free to donate or subscribe. Every little bit helps. And tomorrow evening, we'll be picking up with Generation Zero around 7 o'clock. Hopefully, you'll be there to watch that. That's a survival horror game, robot horror game, which is really interesting. Hopefully, you'll enjoy it as much as you enjoyed the EverQuest this evening. Anyhow, have a good night. Be safe. Be well. Sylv Talon out. Take care.